And good evening to those of you just joining us on the show. You've chosen to tune in at a great time. A.J. Pollard has gone hitless so far in this one, but he's got another opportunity here to extend his 10-game hitting streak. Well hit, but also well fouled into the seats and left. 2 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error in the ballgame for Arizona. Hard liner toward short, but this is yanked down out there at shortstop for the first out. And this evening's contest comes to a close. 5-3 the final. John Gray earns win number 4 on the season. Zach Greinke. And good evening to those of you just joining us on the show. You've chosen to tune in at a great time. Corey Seager may be looking to go deep here as he and his team trail by 1 here in the 9th. This is line to left. He dives. Did he catch that? He did. What a play there for the first out.
Third baseman Nolan.
Here's Nolan Arenado. Career matchup numbers against Kenley Jansen. 2 for 11. Line drive to left. And that's in for his 2nd hit of the afternoon.
Well, I tell you, Matt, right there, man, that was an interesting play because the defense is playing so deep and playing no doubles. I just feel like if they were in at a normal depth, they would have caught that ball.
Here's the catcher, Wilson Ramos, as he'll swing and lift a fly ball to right center. Puig's got a read on it. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
Now batting, second baseman.
Here's Javier Baez. He'll be looking for something he could drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Peterson on the run. Makes the catch, and that's the ball game.
Yeah, and the home crowd is loving it as they jumped out in front in the bottom of the 8th, and they did what they had to do in the 9th to seal the deal.
A tight one, 7-6, the final score tonight. Adam Liberatore earns the victory out of the bullpen, his 5th. Kenley Jansen wraps it up for the save, his 25th of the year. So that's a wrap here tonight. We'd like to welcome those of you just tuning in on the show. You're joining us at a great time. The Arizona Diamondbacks are trying to hold their one-run lead here in the ninth, but that's very much hanging in the balance with the tying run in scoring position. Ooh, good changeup, just missed inside.
No doubt, some saves come easier than others, and I know this all too well. They're really making wrapping this thing up a difficult task.
And even 10 runs have scored this half inning. Struck him out, so he'll strand the possible tying run at second, and a great job of working out of trouble as this ball game is over.
Wow, that was a fun one to watch. A great game for guys with the sticks, but for pitchers, not so much. A classic slugfest, and they walk away on top in the end.
12. And good evening to those of you just joining us on the show. You've chosen to tune in at a great time. The Arizona Diamondbacks are looking to wrap this thing up, but with a one-run lead and the middle of the order due up, this thing is by no means over. Joey Votto is in to start things off here as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. And Dan, that's a pretty good example of why he's such a great pitcher.
Yeah, stuff. Stuff is obviously the important key to being dominant on the mound, but it doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't have outstanding control to go along with it. But he does, and he really spotted that pitch.
Oh, and that runs in and gets him. So now the potential tying run is aboard to lead off the inning. Adam Duvall is at the plate now, and he takes a cold strike.
I like the aggressiveness, Matt. He hits the batter, then he comes right back with the fastball and says, dare you to hit it. I'm coming after you.
Swing and a miss, and he's in control. 0-2.
As a hitter, you know the pitcher's trying to work you down around the knees in a double play situation, so making him get a pitch up and actually in the zone is a must.
Got him swinging on the fastball there. Adam Duvall takes the hat trick with his third strikeout of the night. Devin Mesoraco is at the plate as he takes a cold strike one. Runner at first here, one man out. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. He struck him out the third time he's fanned in the game. Striding in once again, Eugenio Suarez. He'll be looking for something he could drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first.
You know, something to keep in mind. They're really burning through that bullpen, and this is only the first game of the series. Definitely could have an impact on the rest of the series, and maybe even the whole week ahead.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And there's a swing and a miss, so the Reds are down to their final strike.
I'll tell you, if I'm pitching right now, I'm not throwing anything near the strike zone until these guys prove they can lay off it. They're just being way too aggressive.
In front of the changeup there as this is chopped foul at home plate. And the slurve can't find the zone, and it's 2-2. And he struck him out for out number 3. So that'll wrap things up here as they leave the possible tying run stranded at first. Close one tonight, 2-1 the final score. Taijuan Walker wins his team-leading 10th game of the year, permitting only 2 hits in 6 complete innings. Roberto Osuna closes the door for the save, his 26th. So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, follow us.